that into...
You plug it into your computer. It comes with its own mixing board, right?
I like the noises I make. I just didn't expect that. Like, you go to take a drink of a beer and you're like, whoa, what the fuck was that? Like that blueberry piece of shit that you gave me last time.
You know what? That blueberry is good.
The blueberry beer with the dog on the front?
That's the one.
Oh, it's terrible.
What made you fucking react that way?
It just, it was a really sweet,
It's a
tangy,
sweet...
it's, I don't know, it was strange, okay?
It's not normal.
It's not normal.
Alright, okay, anyway.
It's a little stouter than I suspected it would be.
So, here we are at Sequel Podcast. I'm Matt Bonta.
Corey Easley.
AC Alden.
Yes, and this is our long-awaited Predator commentary. So, in case we don't have a million things to talk about watching this movie, I don't know why I'm doing that. I've got the DVD, the Blu-ray booted up, and I'm hitting play right now.
What kind of TV is it?
This is a 4K.
Hold on, wait. The movie has not officially started.
Yeah.
We got the rating. This movie is restricted. And now the movie starts.
Hour 46 is the runtime.
Right. And let me get the subtitles on.
Put them in Spanish.
All right. So we are off and running.
Yeah, the 20th Century Fox logo is up. It's about to fade.
And we all have our beers, now that this is the new tradition of Sequel Podcast. I've got a Beck Sapphire.
Und Becks.
It says smooth taste. It's pretty smooth.
I have the Lagunitas brown sugar sweet release.
In case he's rocking a PBR.
Yeah.
All right,
Which
title.
we're not even going to talk about.
No,
Almost Braunschweiger.
It's in a fancy bottle with a football player guy on the front.
It's a throwback bottle.
Yeah.
Throwback. Is that what it used to look like then?
I doubt it.
Yeah,
I really doubt it.
Like, get some
It's
Norman
a
Rockwell.
Norman Rockwellian artwork.
So
beer's still
bring the
cheap.
spaceship in.
Yes, now this
Look
is something I
at the
tend to
effects.
forget when watching the movies. It opens up with a spaceship.
Which is weird because it kind of takes out the rest of the movie being so practical.
Right, if you were to just watch this movie without this scene,
I think it would work just fine.
it would.
Absolutely.
I mean, but the whole backstory of the predators and the planet and all this stuff this makes you ask that question, right?
Like where they came from.
Yeah.
Why here?
Training ground.
So right here, if this is where the movie were to jump in.
Carl Weathers just popped up. Not the person, but the name.
The name, Carl Weathers. So we get an ocean view of a helicopter.
And this is
Look, old politicians.
placed.
If you were to watch the making of documentaries, they go over all that.
This is the setting is in the Philippines.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it isn't.
It is too.
It is not set in the Philippines.
It is too.
No, it's set in the South American jungle.
Oh, it was the Philippines. Oh, they filmed it in the Philippines.
No, they filmed it off the coast. They filmed in Puerto Vallarta.
Oh, shows what I know.
Like fucking South America.
Excuse me, I don't have the special edition Blu-ray. I have to watch it on demand, okay?
I know, we can't hear the music, but a lot of it sounds like Back to the Future.
You get it Back to the Future feel?
Yeah, Alan Spencer wrote the music, and there's a ton
Oh,
of
he
that
did the
stuff
Back to
in
the
it.
Future music as
Yeah,
well?
like if you listen to it on its own, especially,
I'd have to
kinda
watch the
hear
movies
these
back to
builds,
back.
and then you can almost sing that line, right over the top of it because you can hear it in there. It's right
It
there.
has a lot of the similar tones.
Yeah.
And here we see Arnold Schwarzenegger for the first time in this movie, a rather dramatic entrance. Everyone takes off out of the chopper.
And he's like,
And
fuck
he's
you, I'm
sitting
gonna
there.
smoke my cigar.
He lights up his
Like he does
stogie.
all the
Every
time. Anyways,
Schwarzenegger movie. Oh, we got Stan Winston creature effects. He created the creature, the Predator.
He did, but James Cameron on a plane, they caught each other on a plane, right? And he's like, "Oh man, I always wanted to see an alien with mandibles and stuff." So he's like, "Oh, that's a good idea." And then he was doing Predators.
Right. Well, and they had an original design, a different design before
weird,
this one,
like a frog thing,
like
right?
a frog thing with a long neck.
That wasn't.
Well, that's
scary in any way.
No, and you see it in some of the behind the scenes footage. You see him in the red CG suit.
Do you know
Well,
who
and
was in the suit?
that
It
was
was Jean-Claude Van Damme.
and that's why he was pissed. Because he thought that was going to be the monster for the fucking movie. And he's like, I'm not playing this fucking stupid monster. It looks like shit. I'm not being in this movie.
And then they get a big, huge dude to play the new Predator, the new Predator design.
The guy that played Predator,
Giant black fella.
he played Harry and the Hendersons.
Yeah, he played Harry,
Yeah.
the Bigfoot.
So yeah, the Bigfoot. He played Bigfoot.
Yeah, he played in the movie and the TV show, and then he also goes on to play
Predator 2.
Predator 2.
Yeah.
And he
I can't
was.
remember his name. Why didn't you have a tablet?
Fuck.
IMDb
I mean, look, I was gonna bring up like the trivia that we were gonna go over, and everything else like that. But I know that he had the unfortunate mishap of getting into an accident and needing a blood transfusion and contracting AIDS and dying from that.
Yeah, it was pretty terrible.
That sounds bad.
He was super good at his job.
And he plays the helicopter pilot at the end of the movie. Kevin Peter Hall.
Pretty great.
Kevin Peter Hall plays the Predator in this movie, taking over for Jean-Claude Van Damme.
I'd say it's a sound choice.
You son of a bitch. Did they go arm wrestling without a table?
I'm not sure how that works.
I don't know how.
No leverage.
And this is
Look at
called
the
why
rippling
there's-
biceps.
That's why. That's the only reason why. Well, like the whole first, quarter of this movie is just a big satire on action movies.
It
that
is,
They were
and that's
making at the time.
And that's what's great about this movie is the first half is all action, straight up action movie, and then the second half is sci-fi adventure.
Yeah. Well, it's crap action too. There's
Like-
hip shooting.
Like
There's
if you,
big not taking cover.
if you didn't know, if you didn't know
Okay, yeah.
if you've never seen Predator before and you didn't know what you were watching going into it,
That'd be interesting because we
you,
just spoiled the whole movie.
well, no, not for this, but like
That's why you're
somebody
watching
else.
it.
They just
Spoiler
They
alert.
just catch the beginning of the movie and they see, okay, Arnold Schwarzenegger's the leader of a crack team. Action goes in, pulls guys out. It's just an action movie, typical Schwarzenegger movie. But then they switch it and it's kind of like a slasher film
Oh yeah.
where all of his guys,
Suspense and
like
then
they
there's-
go in, they kill all the fucking insurgents without a scratch on them.
No,
They kill-
that's not true.
Oh, well, yeah. Jesse Ventura takes a hit and he's like, I don't got time to bleed. But for the most part, everyone's fine.
Yes, they're all fine.
And I think that's the point, is like how perfect these guys are. Perfect team.
fucking Lando Calrissian.
That's not Lando
It
Calrissian.
looks like it.
It did
Racist.
right there.
Like
Right
well,
there.
yeah.
Yeah,
But
there's that kind of angle in the eye thing.
No, they're
plus,
playing
he's a black guy with a '80s mustache. So.
That yeah.
they're
It's the mustache
playing the
above.
Little Richard song, which they end up using in the sequel Predators, the second sequel. Long Tall Sally. Your phone's going off. Home slice.
So, I'm a popular guy today.
Apparently.
This is what actually right here in the helicopter is one of my most favorite scenes. Right here, when he's offering these guys some.
Chew.
It's actually like it's chewing tobacco, so it's not like this fine grained skull you in a can.
That's the
It's like a
oldest
bag of fucking Red Man,
Yeah, big chief.
and he's offering it to the guys in the thing, and
Nobody
he starts-
wants it.
everybody's like, "No, I'm good." It's like, "You're nothing but a bunch of slack-jawed faggots in here."
He thinks he's fucking cool.
It thinks it makes you hard, you know. It's, you know.
This thing makes you a sexual Tyrannosaurus.
Yes. There's not a lot of characterization either.
Well, no, I mean,
Little things.
that little things. Jesse Ventura has his chew. You know, he thinks he's tough. You got the Indian tracker. Bill
Which is
Duke.
That
typical.
guy.
Bill Duke is the buddy of Jesse Ventura. You got the guy with the glasses who tells his
Sir.
dirty jokes.
Yeah.
Played by Shane Black.
Yeah, Shane Black of Kiss Kiss Bang Bang fame.
Well, and, he wrote Lethal Weapon.
Well, yeah, I know.
Iron Man 3. And he's supposed to be making another Predator movie.
That's what I heard was in the pipe.
And
Well, that'd be pretty great.
I would
But
I would
but
appreciate
why
it
would
like
you be
another.
doing that if the other movie's coming out.
I know, I was looking at that, and I think me and Cory talked about it.
Which other movie?
Nice guy.
Nice Guys. He's got a buddy cop picture coming out.
We did talk about that.
And like, I never heard about that movie until I saw the trailer recently, and it's like, well, I heard about Predator like at least a year ago.
Get that stinking shit out of my face. Bunch of slap-jaw faggots around here. Just like me.
just like me. Strap this on your sore ass, Blaine. And he's always shaving with
He still gets
toss
nervous.
razor.
He must be one of the he's not been with him for that long, but long enough. That's his whole thing, right? He shaves when he's nervous.
This thing they mentioned right here, he shows him the Zippo lighter that both him and Schwarzenegger got when they were in the service together, I guess. But it never comes up again. It's something that I've missed probably the first 50 times I've seen the movie, and only recently noticed it the last 50 times.
Well, I think that's where the whole like satire and cliche come in the first part of this movie. It's like there's all this stuff like this dude's got the chew, these other two are joking, the dude shaves, he's got this lighter, it's all these little stories, and it's like
veterans.
It doesn't even matter. Yeah, it's just showing that they're veterans.
Yeah.
Don't give a shit.
Right, because he's like, me and Dutch both got this fucking lighter, and he fucking spits on his shoe.
Like, we're badasses. But I mean, that whole thing shows that they don't even like him.
Well, they don't trust him.
No respect.
He's like internal affairs guy.
Well, he's along for the ride. They don't like working with outsiders. And
the first time watching this movie on this big screen that I have, I noticed the green screen they have for outside the helicopter. I never noticed that before until I watched it on this.
It's hard to notice because all the outside helicopter shots are real.
Right. And usually we're watching on a lower quality TV or so.
Yeah, definitely. It'd be hard to see.
Like right there.
Yeah, you can tell, but it doesn't jump
not
out at you.
It's not it's not super bad, but like I never noticed it before until I watched it a few weeks back.
And it's just a minuscule difference in picture quality.
Yeah.
What you're saying is a satire in action movies, and it reminds me of every Nam-era military action flick that I've ever seen. Tigerland and Hamburger Hill and so on.
Yeah, and I think it's because they wanted to.
Yes.
They wanted to
Full Metal Jacket.
Put you into that space of like, oh, this is gonna be like this is Commando. This is this whole thing.
Right. You could take
Arnold.
Commando, take that character. Right.
Yeah.
May as well be a sequel to Commando or a prequel to Commando before he went and retired.
Well, they also made this whole movie, and then we're like, all right, I think we need an ending, and so they had to go back and shoot the rest of the movie.
What, the Predator shit?
Yeah, like they seriously did. They had some of it, and then they were finished, and they're like, we should probably shoot an ending, and that's like the best part of the movie. So.
Yeah, everyone's perfect at their job that they do. You got your tracker, you got your scouts,
that guy,
man.
I don't know his name, but he doesn't make a lot of sense.
Poncho?
Because he gets taken out early, doesn't he?
No, he actually doesn't. Who's the first? Shane Black's the first guy to go.
Yeah,
the jokester with the glasses.
Yeah, the goofy kid.
He's the first one to take it.
Next time we do this, I'm bringing my fucking tablet so we can have some information up all the time.
All right. Well, I've got the trivia up.
You're talking about Poncho.
Poncho.
Richard
Chavez. Well, let's see here. The first bit of trivia, Jesse Ventura was delighted to find out from the wardrobe department that his arms were 1 inch bigger than Arnold Schwarzenegger's. He suggested to Schwarzenegger that they measure arms with the winner getting a bottle of champagne. Ventura lost because Schwarzenegger had told the wardrobe department to tell Ventura that his arms were bigger. That's the first bit.
Well, and all of these guys, on set while they weren't shooting, they're all like constantly like lifting to try to get a pump before they go on screen.
Right.
So that they just look at a little bit bigger, a little bit sweatier, a little bit more
Every
glistening.
single one of them were fucking sweaty, fucking showing
and these
off
guys are
the
fucking
biceps.
Really, these guys are fucking huge. These guys are in their prime at the time of this movie.
Oh, for sure.
Well, Arnold Schwarzenegger's, former Mr. Everything.
Universe Olympia 7-time.
Right. Jesse Ventura, professional wrestler.
And
Carl Weathers coming off of Rocky. He's much bigger than he was in those movies.
Yeah. That's
as a boxer, you gotta be sleek, you gotta be fast. And his arms are just fucking massive. I don't know if they're any bigger or not, but they certainly look bigger.
They look about the same as Arnold's when you know they do
When they're doing the fucking arm wrestling thing.
Veiny bastards, those arms. Look at that.
Yeah, oh yeah. low body fat kind of guys, you know.
Yeah.
Now, one of my favorite things in these movies is the weapons that they all carry separately, and Arnold's got the underslung 40mm grenade launcher, and then that right there that the tracker's carrying is
it looks like the same gun.
It looks like it, but it's a shotgun.
Yeah,
it's what they call the master key.
Okay,
and
keep going.
It's a Moss. I think it's a Mossberg 500 that's sawed off and then undermounted on the M16, and it was slightly popular for the Vietnam era, and I was so enamored by this one weapon that I spent like a whole month finding it.
Really?
And they never really did it.
So that's one
except
of the
for the military.
got?
Basically, they probably made it for the movie. Not likely they found a real one.
Or either they just ransacked the props for Full Metal Jacket, for Platoon.
Very possibly. And they were just so uncommon. But they did use them in Vietnam for a period of time. But once again, uncommon.
Mm-hmm.
You know, even the underslung 40mm grenade didn't come out until after Vietnam.
Okay.
They were still using the M79, which is like a break-action, single-barreled shotgun that takes 4mm grenades.
All right, here's the part where he fucking siphons the juice out of this tree.
Num num nummy. And then...
Okay, so this movie, a little bit of facts. This movie came out 1987.
It looks like piss water.
No, it's like milk, dude.
It looks like milk. Okay, like coconut milk almost.
Yeah,
alright, so the release date for this movie was June 12, 1987.
And it looks like it was made yesterday.
No, that's what's great about these kinds of movies. If you can watch it without it dating itself, it stands the test of time.
They don't do a ton of crazy effects.
Right, it doesn't really take place in the 80s. They're just wearing military fatigues.
Yeah, like
things people do today.
Right,
yeah.
Absolutely.
There is no like, oh, we're hanging out at an 80s club. You know, which helps for the younger generation to kind of get into the movie.
For sure.
Oh, and then there's skinned bodies.
All right, now us as an audience member who's maybe seen the movie already, we know the Predator did this. Now these guys think that the insurgents did it.
Cambodians.
Right. Well, okay. So let's talk about the plot a little bit of this movie, because it's a little complicated if you're not really following it, because you think you're just watching an action popcorn movie. Now they bring Dutch and his crew in. They're mercenaries, the guns for hire. They don't kill people per se.
Well,
they're rescue team. They're a rescue team.
Yeah.
And so they're called in to rescue a group of military officials that were captured by. You know, they were caught behind enemy lines and they were captured by
South American drug lords.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Guerrillas to them.
All right, so that's what Arnold Schwarzenegger thinks that he's doing. Now, Carl Weathers is his former military buddy, and now he's what, a CIA agent?
Yeah, something like that.
And he pulls him in, and he's like, "I'm going with you," but they're really lying to him.
Because they know what's going on. Well, they don't know what's going on, but they know enough to know.
Well, I imagine they would
that
know
something is
came
fucked
into
up,
orbit, right, and landed over
They
here.
would probably know that.
Yeah.
Right, and now what Carl Weathers' character is doing is he's using this team to clean up a mess and kill these Colombian drug lords under the guise of a rescue mission.
Yeah.
Right.
Because Arnold Schwarzenegger says right up front at the beginning, why don't you just get the army to do this? Or whatever he says. I think he says army.
Yeah.
And it's because he wants a good group to go in there that's organized and can kill these people without any too much casualty or risk involved.
Well, and we know coming up that it doesn't take much.
Right, we see it happen.
Yeah.
So in this scene, when they come upon these guys' skin, they have no clue that the Predator did this. Carl Weathers has no clue. They think the drug lords did it.
Yeah, he said the gorillas skinned them.
Right.
That's what he said, yeah.
And you know, they say there's bullets everywhere, but there's no blood. No one was hit. What the fuck is going on? It's because the Predator dropped on them from above, took them out without taking a single hit. So they think the Colombians did this, or Cambodians, or wherever the fuck they are.
Oh, time to let old Painless out of the bag.
being a minigun.
The Dillon minigun.
The same minigun that Schwarzenegger uses in Terminator 2.
The chainsaw handled pistol grip fucking chain gun.
Now, why do they call that a minigun?
Because they make a larger variety of that, which is where they derived the minigun from. Dillon is one of the main makers of the mini-sized gun, and the minigun will fire. Most of them are
per second.
They're stupid.
Whatever.
It's stupid high round count. They fire, a 5.56 or a 308 or a 7.62 by
5.4.
7.62 by 30, whatever. Anyway, it's the 308 round, the military equivalent. Anyway, on larger gunships, C-130 gunships.
So a non-handheld
A-10s,
version.
yeah.
Mounted.
These are mounted 20 millimeter. The A-10 Warthog will actually stall itself firing this gun because the amount of ammunition is spitting out the front. It actually slows the plane down. That's how much shit it's throwing out the front of this gun. It just goes. They had to slow down the audio on the movies when they use it in Terminator 2, when they use it in this movie. They actually slow down what that gun sounds like because it was unbelievable to most people in the day. When this movie came out, they're like, "Oh, fucking that can't be a gun. It just sounds like a big loud fart noise."
Okay.
Because I've actually fired one of these weapons and they're just so fast you can't discern separate shots. So it literally sounds like a big long fart noise. And they slowed the gun noises down for these movies so that people would believe it, which is kind of funny that
it becomes like a
real. The real sound is unbelievable.
Yeah, like a crank one.
Well, I know for this movie, they actually slowed the rotation of the barrel so that they didn't have to use as many blanks, so they could save money.
Oh shit!
That doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, even later, what is he? I think he says, and we'll see it in a little bit, but I think he says like, "Oh man, you just wasted 200 rounds after he shoots up the forest." It's like, yeah, that first trigger pull you did, then the rest I can't even.
Yeah, I
count.
mean it's a stupid rate of fire.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's 2,000 rounds per minute.
That sounds realistic to me because it's super fast.
I'm like 99% sure.
I'll defer to you on that one. Now we find the South American drug lord camp.
Speaking in Spanish.
Speaking in Spanish.
They don't even want to fucking translate that shit.
That is kind of funny. They're just talking about drugs and bananas.
Where's the rice, man? No, I don't know.
Man.
Yeah,
and this guy right here.
Oh, now we have Russian.
This is Ole Sven Thorsen, who's in almost all of Schwarzenegger's movies.
Oh.
Yeah, that dude's in everything.
Speaking Russian. Yeah, so speaking Spanish, speaking Russian.
That is interesting.
They never bring that up. I guess Ole Sven Thorsen must be a Russian actor, huh?
I suppose that would make sense.
Bodybuilder actor.
If I ever noticed that there was
They don't ever.
difference.
He never really talks in any of his movies.
Well, and they don't bring it up in amongst the team because maybe they don't care. I guess.
Right,
And
it's probably just a cameo too. So they're
sure.
throwing him in with the Spanish dudes.
Yeah,
Hawkins, Dillon, back
just
up.
for fun.
Let's talk about the first time we've probably seen this movie. Casey, do you recall your first Predator experience?
I kind of do. I was pretty young. I was probably like 11 or 12, maybe. And I remember, like, my dad he was excited, right? Excited to show me this movie. He's like, it's time.
Predator.
You're old enough, boy. It's time to become a man.
And I remember my mom was very adverse to it.
Uh-oh.
Like, she did not want me to watch it because
This isn't even the worst of movies.
Oh, I know, that's the thing. Like, but she is like terrified of this movie. She does not like to watch this
Predator is
movie.
too
She doesn't
scary
like
for
when it's
her.
like, yeah, she hates it. Like she's one of those sensitive movie watchers.
Okay.
That everything gets to her. So she watches Predator and like if I had the sound of the clicking like recorded or something.
Oh, the
I'd
Predator
play it,
sound.
she'd just be like, why do you have to do that? Yeah. Like she hated it, and I remember watching it with my dad. It was like super late at night, and man, it's good time. My mom went to bed early.
You watched it on TV, VHS.
It must have been VHS.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you own a bought copy or a recorded copy?
Ooh, that's a good question. It's probably recorded.
Probably recorded.
But probably recorded from a rental store.
Uh-oh, a dub.
Yeah.
Ooh.
A dub ain't
I got drawers,
today's
man.
today's day
Drawers.
and age, we call that a backup.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what my dad called it.
It's a media backup.
He called it a
He's like,
backup?
look, I paid money to watch this movie. There's no reason I can't keep a copy.
That's great.
How about you,
I have
Cory?
So many.
The first time I saw this movie, I had just come off of like action movies weren't popular in my house because I lived with my mom, so it wasn't that she was like totally against the
Just wasn't her
violence and
thing.
stuff like that. It was mostly family movies and cartoons and stuff like that we would watch. But we had a babysitter that we would go to occasionally when my mom had to work late, and they had a copy of Terminator 2. And I know this is a little off track, but I would every time we went over there because they had this movie and I didn't have it, and I would watch this movie over and over and over every time we went over there because I fucking loved it. And it was like the first real action movie that I'd ever seen and had Arnold in it. And I'm like, man, this is fucking awesome. Everything you want, right? And then I go to my dad's house for a weekend. I'm finally old enough to be paying attention to what's in the video cabinet and stuff like that. And he's got a VHS copy of Predator in the rack.
A bought copy.
A bought copy, a purchased copy. And it's in the, now this is in the wrapper, and this is long after the movie's come out.
Okay, hasn't been opened.
But it's still in the wrapper, which surprised me at the time. And I was like, Dad, can we watch this movie? It has Arnold in it. I really like Terminator 2. Let's watch this. My dad and I sat and watched the movie together, and this guy's always had a collection that won't quit. I mean, I would say that at one time it rivaled your collection that you have now.
Okay.
All VHS at the time.
Sure.
Sparse DVDs as they started coming out.
Probably what my collection would be if I were old enough.
Yeah.
To buy VHS.
Yeah,
Yeah.
my dad's almost 50, so we sit and watch this movie together on a weekend, and of course my stepmom, she's not interested. My little sister, she doesn't care because she's playing with dolls and stuff. But we watched this movie, and then after we watched it together, I took the movie to my room and I would watch it
again
over and over and over because it was the new action Arnold movie that I had never seen.
Movie, yes.
And I watched it over and over and over again. And this is, of course, pre large internet access.
Right.
So you don't really just search for things. Like you go to the video
Right,
store and
you
you're like,
can't
oh,
check
this
things out.
movie.
Yeah.
So you go to the video store to find out what just came out, or you look at the paper or whatever, and to find out that there was another one,
A sequel
that
of Predator
came out.
2.
And I was like, Predator 2.
Predator 2.
And I told my dad, I was like, Dad, we have to find this movie, Predator 2. I mean, it's a sequel to Predator, the movie, the awesome Arnold movie. So I bugged him every time we went to the store. I was like, Dad, can we look for Predator 2? And he's like, yeah, we'll look. And we would look, and they would have it. And finally, we found a copy. It was weird at a grocery store somewhere, and we bought it.
Mm-hmm.
And then I watched it, and I liked it because it was Predator, because I liked that background story, and the action was good, but I was disappointed.
There's no
Because
Arnold
there's no Arnold
Schwarzenegger.
Schwarzenegger. And as you're talking about, like, I don't know, maybe 10-year-old kid.
Yeah.
So I'm like immensely disappointed that Arnold's not in this movie. I was like, but Predator is Arnold's movie. Like, I mean, isn't this his thing? Like,
Right.
why isn't
It's
he in
so
it?
weird, like, when you're young like that, and you see these people in these kind of movies, and you see a sequel, and you just automatically assume, well, that's their movie. Why?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't they?
Why
be in
wouldn't
it?
they be in it? Like
that's their movie.
right? Why? Who is this guy?
Yeah, like the
Danny
concept
Glover.
of
Danny
actors
Glover?
getting
Gary
for
Busey?
things.
Really?
Gary Busey.
What are these people?
That guy from Alien? I'm so confused.
Okay, so my experience, we're still in the midst of the siege here, where
The
they take
takedown.
everybody out. They just fucking throw people
Oh,
out right here.
stick around.
All right, and the trivia on that says that he improvised that, but I mean,
Of course,
every
it's
single
all
movie
one-liner.
he has his one-liner
Yeah.
writer on every single movie. Knock knock.
Yeah, knock knock. Like that, and that's a lot of that too. A lot of the lines and any kind of dialogue here is, pinpointing that satire of these movies. Like Arnold does these movies, he has these
The
one-liners.
awesome one-line, yes.
And then after when they're done, it takes that turn, and it definitely doesn't become that because
Because he's not talking to
the
anybody.
the last quarter of the movie, there are like 14 spoken lines, and it's usually someone screaming or saying something like, you're ugly. or
Right,
whatever.
the shit happened. The shit fucking goes down.
Yeah,
Right after this part, when they start heading back,
yeah,
it's serious. There's no room for joking around.
right.
All right, so my experience the first time I watched Predator. Now, I grew up with my great-grandparents. And my great-grandfather, he would tape movies if he liked them. He'd tape them, file it away, and we'd have them to go back and watch whenever we wanted. Both you fucking guys are on your phones.
No, we're not. We're listening. God, it's not like somebody's watching.
Will you quit fucking calling us out on shit? It's like, oh, what are you're scratching your dick over there.
Yeah. Just remember, if I go to the bathroom, keep talking to me. It's fine. No one else can see us.
So, I'm pretty sure this is how it went down. Is I came home one day, and Predator was on. He was taping Predator, because we didn't own Predator at the time. And it was right after everyone's dead, except for Arnold Schwarzenegger, and they go over the falls. So for me, I watched the rest of the movie thinking that was the movie.
Really?
So I did not have the entire first half, the entire action military sequence of that movie. So to me, all it was Arnold Schwarzenegger versus a Predator. Now, like, I could only assume that I grew up with a huge liking for movies with great characterization, because that's the kind of guy I am. As a writer, as a watcher, I like things with great characterization. Now, story means a lot too. Like, a bad story can hurt a movie, but
most bad movies.
You can't. Right. I know. But like, I'm huge on great characterization. So for me, Arnold Schwarzenegger and this Predator, it's a two-man crew in this movie that I watched.
Physical characterization.
And of course later on Predator became one of my staples that I'd watch yearly.
Yeah.
And not only that, but I would grab all of the other Arnold Schwarzenegger movies into a run.
Yeah.
And I'd probably watch both Predators back to back, and then I'd grab the Alien movies and watch all those back to back. Which brings us to another popular thing that happened, was the Alien versus the Predator.
Which I think wasn't a bad idea.
Of comics.
Not necessarily.
Moving on to...
oh, wait, you're on your phone there.
No, Matt. You guys gotta keep talking.
Well,
so now Matt's talking to his old lady. But bringing the AVP, right? He was fucking calling a guy out for being on his phone for a second.
I was checking a message. Thank you.
He doesn't know how radio works. And that's kind of what this is.
Yeah,
he's the internet radio.
Film medium kind of guy. Yeah.
And it kind of makes him a douche sometimes.
He's going to listen to this whole thing.
Well, fuck him.
Listening to
we have two listeners and Matt. So,
yeah.
Anyway, the Alien versus Predator, I think, was a fantastic tie together for really two separate universes that were brought together. Because really, originally they weren't made together.
No,
they weren't made to be related.
Not at all.
In any way. And then when they brought them together for the first AVP,
all right, I'm
they
back.
were like, okay, that's interesting. And then they continue to extend this world and this extended universe now, where now the Predators are, they started out purposefully hunting these aliens, and they're, there's all these backstories of how they contained them at one time, and they were hunting them, and stuff like this.
For sport, or like a test.
Like a game preserve or something like that.
Game preserve is probably the best way to put it.
And I think that it's an interesting way that they've taken that. And then with the new Predators movie, I say new, the newer Predators, most recent movie of Predators, you see where that would make even more sense, where they have this whole planet that's a game reserve.
Yeah.
Not the actual Predator home planet.
Not the Predator home planet, which is what they say in most of the movie reviews and shit. You always see the Predator home planet, and it's not exactly, it's not even what it is. But it's specifically like probably a small moon somewhere, and it's...
Let's talk about that real quick on Predators. Lawrence Fishburne's character is a washed-out dude that's been there forever. Now, Robert Rodriguez, who wrote that movie, wrote a sequel to Predator, this movie that we're watching, and he wrote it where Dutch is on this planet in the original script. Now, I believe that if he could have gotten Arnold Schwarzenegger to play that part, I believe that was supposed to be Dutch.
Well, it was
originally.
That was him during his...
When he was the governor of California.
Yeah, so like he wasn't doing any movies.
Right. But I believe that was supposed to be that character.
So let's
remake
Let's get Lawrence Fishburne.
CGI him back in there.
At least get like a Carl Weathers or something.
Carl Weathers fucking dies in this
That
movie.
doesn't matter. Okay, well, so
Oh wait, let's look at that gun real quick. It looks like it's got a stop on the end of it.
Which one?
The one he was holding, like the bottom half of it, looked like it was
shotgun?
plugged up.
So the shotgun has two tubes. The top one is the actual barrel, and the bottom one is the magazine tube.
Mm-hmm.
So the bottom barrel, the bottom tube, will have a. It looks like a plug. It's the end of the.
Oh, you
magazine
load it
tube.
up. Okay.
that
You load it from the
any
back.
shells you can put in.
And there's a spring inside that, and then the shells depress the spring all the way up, and then that's what spring loads the shells back into the carrier.
Okay.
As you chamber rounds through it.
All right.
The best thing.
So let's go back to what you guys were talking about. I didn't mean to interrupt, but I wanted
Oh,
to
I'm
talk
sorry.
about
you
the
mean
Dutch
when you
part.
left and
Yeah,
everything?
no,
And then
whatever.
you came back so rudely.
Whatever.
Nice.
Whatever. This is a, we can't just stop the movie. We can't start and stop. Okay.
No,
We
this
got to
is
keep
real life.
going.
This is real live
Keep
television.
going.
But the Predator game preserved from the movie's Predator, or from the movie Predators.
Which is probably a take on like the Alien sequel, Aliens.
Yes.
Sure.
Oh, totally.
But that makes the whole AVP thing make more sense at the very end when, we see that there's not just people being hunted by the predators.
Yeah.
They're also hunting other
Alien races.
animals that we would refer to them as animals.
Now, aren't those animals in that movie, Predators, which we aren't commentating on?
Right.
Aren't those animals like part of their kind of like their hunting dogs? Didn't it seem like those were their hunting dogs?
And that's where we don't get a lot of explanation. Like maybe they were there to flush them out. Maybe they were just another
species, maybe a species contingent to that planet.
Indigenous.
Indigenous to that planet. God, what was I gonna just fucking say? Fuck.
Well, I think.
Alien versus Predator. Let's talk about Alien versus Predator real quick. So, not the best movie.
No.
It was a stretch.
Now, what they do in that movie though is they get Lance Henriksen back to play the guy that invented the Bishop robot. He plays the original Bishop in that movie.
Pretty great to get him.
Now, he was in Alien 3, supposedly as the creator of the Bishop robot. Now, those two timelines are different, but some say that Bishop in Alien 3 was just another robot pretending. Because when they fucking blow his head off, his ear is like hanging off.
That's way after the fact, though. Like, I don't even know who wrote Alien 3.
Well, it wasn't Joss Whedon. You and I have talked about Alien plenty of times.
Oh, I know.
Alien 3, Alien Resurrection.
Yeah. Which is okay, that's for some totally other different time. But I will say this. Alien Resurrection was a crappy, studio torn up script that could have been great and was the bare bones structure for Firefly.
Yeah, you think so? Because
so.
You know what? Let's not even get into it. Let's not even get into it.
So this little section of the movie right here that we're at particularly,
we finally got to see the Predator.
We've gotten a little Predator cam, the infrared vision,
and on top of that, we've also gotten the Predator recording the voices to possibly turn around. To possibly pretend to be somebody else to get their attention, to hunt them and kill them, to see if this is probably a worthy species. Like, are they just hunting to get better at what they do? Like, why do they do this? What there are probably a million theories. I've never read any of the comics.
There's a pretty massive extended universe.
Absolutely, and I've never ever dabbled in them beyond the films.
A lot of what Earth is, and I can't remember what it's called. I think it's like the Meat Planet or something.
The Predator species?
Yeah, like they send... Yeah, like the Predator in this movie is a young Predator that doesn't know everything and doesn't use everything. Like in Predator 2, a lot more going on. The Predator knows more, right? So maybe he's been to this planet another time and had done a test or something. It's kind of a coming-of-age Predator movie.
Mm-hmm.
Well, in the movie Predators, we see them kind of expanding the race a little bit, and it's kind of broken.
Because there's a couple.
It's broken into two classes basically, where there's the bigger ones.
Right. Yeah. So the Predator that's in this movie
would probably be one of the smaller ones.
They've got him fucking tied up, that kind, in this movie, and Predator's tied up, and they're fucking with
because
them.
this kind of Predator is supposed to be like a Klingon, kind of like a honorable warrior type. and then the other ones are a little more blood
you like
crazed.
The elite
Tribes.
race.
Yeah, a little bit more tribal. Yeah.
They've got their fucking predator masks have the fucking mandible lower jawbone attached to
Right.
it.
So
I like that.
it's a little bit different, and so in this movie, I mean, it's hard. Like we're doing a commentary on just this movie. It's like we don't.
But
We
it's
want to
more
talk about so much with this movie. It's
Right.
straightforward action, straightforward hunt. So we do have to kind of expand on what we're talking
Right.
about. And in Predator 2, let's talk about that real quick.
Matt, it's just curiosity. What is that the Indian has?
It's his
Is-
If I knew anything about Indian folklore, it's probably some kind of token that he, like a Buddha,
Yeah,
like a Buddha. If you were
like
to, like,
a
if this were
medicine
Rambo
bag
to
for
play
good
that
luck,
part,
right?
he'd be rubbing the Buddha belly.
like beads, like Catholic beads.
Probably
Something
like
like
a
that.
religious kind
Yeah,
of
yeah.
good luck protector.
Well, because he's the one that says like we're done, like, we're not getting out.
Right?
of
Yeah,
life.
he's we're fucked,
He
guys.
knows exactly what's gonna happen.
He doesn't joke around in this movie. He doesn't laugh at the
very
jokes.
serious, very
No.
straightforward.
You can tell he's got a screw loose in real life.
In real life, and the stories are that he's a drunken guy, gets in bar fights, when they're not filming and shit like that. But he did go on to be like a mayor or a governor,
Yeah,
like
and you
Jesse
know what
Ventura and Arnold Schwarzenegger.
He got booted out of office because he went on some political radio show in his town and decided that he thought all Muslims should be burned at the stake.
So
and then the party was like, oh, no.
We're talking about that guy.
We're
Sonny
talking about
Landham,
that
Sonny
guy.
Landham, Indian guy.
Yeah.
Wow.
So Sonny got kicked out of office for that and hasn't been seen like in years, right? For this movie, they had to hire a bodyguard to walk with him everywhere they went because he had such a screw loose
to protect everybody
protect
else.
everybody else
from him.
from him going nuts. Yeah, the dude
Shit
is
out of
insane. Yeah, I'll just show you next time you want. Oh my favorite movie star. He should be our mayor or governor. It's probably not a good idea.
Probably not.
Probably not, even though there are 3 of them in this movie.
3 political
No.
candidates.
Yeah.
See, they have. Sorry, I focus on weaponry too much, but these they on
Also,
what,
this
on what
is the
each of them
only
are
woman
carrying.
in this movie.
It is the only
woman in this
female
movie.
in the movie, which kind of goes against Matt's grain.
No,
He's
I'm
such a-
fine. No,
he's such
I am
he's
a
such a
feminist, and
feminist.
there are rules for certain movies. Like there's a test where
There are.
there's 2
what's it
named
called? Is it
female
like the
characters.
Pear test
Bechtel?
or
Is it the
something?
Bechtel test?
Bechtel sounds right.
And if it's if there's got to be at least 2 women in it, they've got to be named characters, not just like woman number 1, woman number 2,
Right.
and they have to talk to each other. That has nothing to do with guys. Or guys in a
That's what it
sexual
is,
way.
yeah.
No,
Like,
this
"My
is
dude's
like-
so hot. Oh my god!
No, this is a feminist test.
It is for movies.
for movies.
Wow.
And then there's also a reverse Bechtel
I
test for
had
dudes.
no idea that this even existed.
Yeah. Well, because it's such a you watch especially 80s movies. Holy crap.
I mean,
and
it's also it has to do. It kind of can go work with race too, because there's a lot of movies that people just make, and there's no black people that show up.
Well, look at this movie. There's an Indian guy.
There's 2
a
black guys.
2 black
Two
guys.
Like
A lot
the
of
whole
Spanish
thing.
Three white guys.
Do the 2
The
black
Spanish-
guys talk about only black things?
They hate each other.
Well, so I mean,
it's like
but
But
I
they
think
don't hate
I
each other because they're black.
No. They hate him for
Keep
it.
ghosting this motherfucker.
Yeah.
Bleed you. Reeds.
I mean, I think that this works really well. 1 female. It doesn't necessarily.
It doesn't
have to
oh,
make
the
sense.
predator
But
slash kill.
The idea is that, I mean, it's supposed to be satire in the beginning, right?
Right.
So
The
you're just
action
gonna
satire.
you're gonna assume
beyond the way the Expendables was doing the action satire.
Well, yeah, that's
That's straightforward, right?
Yeah.
This is kind of like these were the kind of movies that we were making, and
That's
then they
what it
turn
is.
it on its head.
That's what I mean, though. You just assume that she's the only woman. She's gonna end up with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Right? They're
or
gonna
something.
yeah.
That's what's gonna happen, and it totally doesn't.
The hero saving the damsel
which
in distress.
makes it fine that there's only 1 woman
Mhm.
in this movie.
Mhm.
It doesn't matter because
I mean, it
none of
doesn't
these
bother me.
people
Any. It does
matter.
not bother me any.
No, none of the stuff in this movie does. I mean, even the kind of stereotypical Indian guy doesn't
Being
bother me because it
attractive.
works perfectly fine.
The stereotypical Indian guy
We've
being
talked
attractive.
about
Yes.
racism with Indians a few episodes back.
I did not.
For-
It does
4
not bother
episodes
me,
ago.
and does not bother me in any way, shape, or form when there's racism towards Indians. I don't care if people kind of stereotype Indians. It does not bother me in any way, shape, or form. People kind of need to be a little less sensitive all the time.
Well, that's true.
I agree.
So,
I mean, hey, maybe there are good predators out there that don't fucking hunt people and kill them down. Maybe they take offense. They're like, no, predators are like that.
well, that's the thing, though. It's like we have never seen their home planet, right? We don't know. They've only ever been
it could
on
be like
planets that
Planet
they've
of the
been
Apes,
sent
where
to.
there's a scholar section,
Well, that's what
a
it would
warrior
be.
section.
Because, like, especially when he ends up taking the mask off and you see that he can't see anything, basically.
Mm-hmm.
It's some weird spectrum of light. You have to assume that they had to do something in order to make all that stuff. It's not like
right, it's a
They have
breather.
the
Their mask is a
technology,
breather
Right.
and a
It's very
seer,
specific.
and
and it can filter different spectrums of light and heat signature and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then their systems are adaptive. So I mean, they have they're fucking spacefaring. So I mean, that gives them
they got smart people.
that gives them some kind of technological advance.
Yeah.
You don't know, say. I don't know. So we've lost our first character, the first guy of the group to die, Shane Black, the writer, with the glasses and the pussy jokes.
The pussy.
He's gone.
Jeez, your pussy's big. Jeez, your pussy's big.
And not only that, but now they don't have any of his body parts left. They don't know what happened to him.
And she can't speak.
And she's freaked out. Yeah, she speaks English just fine. And fucking Carl Weathers apparently speaks Spanish in this movie.
Of course he
and they
does.
call him a fucking bullshit motherfucker. They're like, you fucking dickhead, motherfucker.
Well, that's
Papa.
one of those things, right? Like, and then he gets mad at him because he's starting to realize that he sent them out to do something.
Right.
that
Look,
he
right here.
Yeah.
He's like,
What did you do?
Sweet pattern, double back, 50 meters, let's go. Now, the gun that the Bill Duke has, the other black dude, what is that? Did you see it? Did you get a good look?
Looks to me like an M60, which is another 308 belt-fed gun.
Right there it is.
Yeah, it's another belt-fed 308, which would make sense that they would have two belt-fed 308s. That being the first one, the Dillon, and then
What's that little bit underneath the cylinder
under the cylinder
of the minigun?
you can see the feed tray. It looks like a hose, like a collapsed hose.
Mm-hmm.
That's the feed ramp or whatever, and it channels the rounds up out of the bag up into the gun. Underneath it, it's actually an electronic gun. The gun works electronically. So it needs a power supply, and it also needs a motor to turn it. And the way that they've done it, the way that I've seen them set up previously, is they use like a starter motor off of a car.
Mm-hmm.
And,
Jesus Christ.
The one, yeah, that's
why they're usually mounted.
Yeah, well, because they need something to run off of, and that's why you see when he runs out of ammunition after they have the big shootout.
It's coming up.
It's coming
right
quickly. It's after they get the body back, I think, and then the predator comes back and snatches the body again.
Yeah.
But you see, the definition of this TV is really good.
So there's the dead body of Shane Black. Looks nothing like him.
Right.
You'll see later on when he's pulling the trigger on that chainsaw grip that he's got there, and he's just pulling the trigger, and he runs out of ammunition finally, and it's just going.
Well, see, he doesn't run out of ammunition. He gets.
No,
he's our second murder victim here, Jesse Ventura.
Yeah, he runs out.
No, he doesn't run out. Bill Duke picks up the gun and finishes off the round.
Yeah, because he gets taken out here pretty quick.
I don't put time.
Skunk?
No, I think that's an otter. It looks like an otter.
Yes, an otter on land.
I mean, it's the most that looks like a fucking otter, dude.
It does look
Boom!
An automated possum.
MTV shirt is ruined.
Oh no!
He doesn't have an MTV shirt on.
Does he really?
Yes.
Back when music was real, man.
Yes, there he is. He
So
sees
now he
him.
sees
He
it.
sees the camouflage
Now he unloads his own rifle first.
contact.
Yeah, so that is an M60. So that's a 308 belt-fed gun.
Bill Duke's got that.
And he's got a really short belt on it.
Right
it
there.
looks
He
like.
shot him, and we get the phosphorescent green blood.
His blood is on the
You know what it
leaves.
is?
What is it?
It's glow stick and KY jelly.
Is it really?
Yeah.
They just mix it?
Just
That
mix
works?
it together. Yeah, apparently it does. That's what they use.
So now he picks up the
Interesting.
minigun, and they just start spraying everything down. They just start letting it go.
For some reason, they just wanted to waste all their ammo.
Literally, they do. They fucking waste every single ammo.
Yeah,
I'm
and they're
surprised he's not shooting off grenades.
It's not like they're even aiming at it.
And the
No.
part that's funny about this typical action sequence. Oh, that is a cool gun, by the way.
He's got that grenade launcher.
That is a 40 millimeter.
Poncho.
Yeah, Poncho has a 40 millimeter. I forget what the designation is on the actual gun, but they have those. And it's like a 6-gun, and it just rotates like a revolver.
Yeah.
See, now he's out of ammunition, but he's still spinning the barrel, and that's what explains how it works. The electric motor's still spinning that barrel, but there's nothing to feed.
Mm-hmm.
So the rounds are gone.
And it just keeps spinning and spinning and spinning. And it lets go.
Yeah. This also ties into the Predator being somewhat inexperienced. He generally uses the shoulder cannon, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because he's small. Maybe he's only been trained in that, or he's got the
Closer you get, the better you gotta be.
Yeah, basically, because in Predator 2, he doesn't use that almost at all. He's almost all close combat.
The spear,
right? So that's kind of showing that he's got that extending spear. So it's kind of showing that there are different sections of their whatever warrior classes they have. Like this dude is a sniper. He's using camouflage. He's staying far away. Like, because I mean, if any of them hit him with something like a good shot to the heart, to the head, whatever,
right,
he could just die. And he's underestimating their emotions and their abilities. He just kills and goes down there
under the assumption that they're just
he's
super
better than
human.
them. But then he starts to kind of think about it.
Right.
So it's changing.
Especially when we see what Schwarzenegger's trying to pull on him. He shows a little bit of adaptive knowledge.
He gets upset.
Yeah.
Even. Yeah. Things start to change.
When he learns.
Mm-hmm.
No blood, no bodies. We hit nothing. Fucking wasted 1 million bits of ammunition. Tore down this forest for no fucking reason.
I'm surprised he didn't find the glowing goo.
Right.
And then
because it was right there, right where he was standing, man. Maybe she finds it,
right?
She finds it, so that she has
she's
something
holding
to do.
it like she walked out there when they didn't notice.
Yeah, she should have just taken the leaf and been like,
escúchame,
Órale, pendejo.
Right here.
His blood is on the
how
leaves.
Did she not, how did they not find it? That's pretty obviously not normal.
Right, and there he is.
Standing there,
check it out. Check it out.
You don't notice anything.
Like, she needs these guys to protect her from the same fucking thing.
Hey, what is this?
I think you sneezed, senor.
It's
like Predator mocos.
What's that?
That is
a radio antenna?
Some
yeah,
kind
it's
of
an
comm
antenna.
antenna.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Also, right here, they set up camp and traps all around the area.
Tripwires.
Ewok tactics.
Yeah, see, he's got like a cannon, a grenade launcher cannon.
It's like a mortar tube, where the mortar round is already placed in the barrel, and then once that pin is pulled by the tripwire, it'll drop it. Maybe a flare. That's what it is. It's a flare.
Yeah,
but it works on flare. It works on mortar principle. When you drop the round, it expends it, and then it shoots it back out.
He was a good soldier.
Nah.
Blaine, Jesse Ventura was Blaine. So we've lost our first two of the group. Who did Shane Black play? What was his character's name? Hawkins.
Yeah.
So Hawkins and Blaine are now dead.
Well, that sucks.
Pretty quick in between too.
Arnold Schwarzenegger has ditched the light brown shirt that he was wearing when they went in for the insurgents.
You notice the machete that he's also carrying
on his
is
hip there.
really similar to the one what's his name? The tracker.
Billy?
Poncho.
Billy.
No, Billy.
Poncho and Billy.
Poncho and Billy.
Yeah.
Western Village.
Oh my god.
Yeah, Billy. They have the same, but Billy's is. Where does he keep his?
His is on the side also because he's got a small. I say
Bowie,
small.
right?
It's like a 12-inch Bowie
Yeah.
hanging off of his vest also, but Billy's main machete is kind of what he's known for because he later on in the movie he cuts
across his chest like blood. Blood to the sharks.
Here's another one of those tokens that we see that comes through the movie that when we're
Hello.
talking about like the lighter and the guy shaving and the jokes and the glasses and everything.
They've got the flask.
Is another one of those tokens that shows these guys they're tight.
No problem.
They're veterans.
Veterans,
They've
you
been
know,
around
Billy,
for a long time.
Blaine and Mac. Mac is
Right.
Bill Duke, the other black guy. We keep saying that. It seems slightly racist. But Blaine and Mac, they were close together. They were on their own group. All right, now we get to see the Predator technology. He's got his own first aid kit.
Got a little bit of coagulant maybe here.
Yeah, and probably a shot of adrenaline.
Stop the bleeding.
Yeah. Looks exactly like the blood.
So he
Little morphine's there.
He took a leg hit.
Yeah. It's because he
It looks like it's a glue gun.
he probably was.
This thing he's using to
Extracting the bullet.
no, probably
They just pinching
pinching
it
it.
together.
Yeah, pinching it together. I think
Maybe then it was super glue.
it looked like
Yeah,
it
maybe
was
that
glue,
the little gun that he had was to glue it back together.
or maybe an antibiotic.
It's hard to say.
Considering
Breaking down this movie. We're gonna figure out this Predator life.
calling for extraction.
Damn bastards.
Damn bastards.
They sent a team to recover a team.
They need another team to get that team.
Team section. Now he's really getting into it with it.
What's the gun that fucking he has?
Which one?
Carl Weathers. What's the gun he's got? He's got a smaller. Yeah.
That is MP5. It's a 9mm submachine gun, and I've actually
He's
seen
got a smaller gun.
I've seen two of those now. They're I think 30-round magazine fed, and I think Carl and the other
Like that.
the other white guy,
Poncho. Shane Black? Hawkins?
That first one?
the guy that's still alive,
Poncho.
He's also carrying one of those.
There, he said he capped off 200 rounds. That whole thing was just 200 rounds.
He probably capped off 150-ish rounds on the M60.
Yeah, exactly.
Before he threw it on the ground, and then expended probably 600 or 800 rounds in the minigun. Yeah, see, he's carrying the MP5 also, which I think is kind of weird in the setting, but I guess they're
Too
in the
small
lead
or
spot.
what?
It's a 9mm. It's short range.
And they were shooting
You know,
from a
it's
distance when they went.
Yeah, I mean, you're in a jungle setting where most of these guys are carrying
they're all
rifles.
assault rifles. Yeah.
Yeah, they're all carrying rifles. They're all 5.56
Grenade launchers.
Yeah. I mean, you're talking about big caliber shit. You carry the MP5s when you're clearing buildings, when
And
you're
none
in
of them
tight
have-
quarters.
None of them have handguns, do they?
I don't.
Carl Weathers
I
does.
see.
Carl Weathers has handguns?
Yeah, I see sidearms on most of their gear. Like he's got a sidearm right there in
Okay,
the
yeah,
shoulder
yeah.
holster.
It's got another knife there. Or is that his machete right
He's
there?
got a Bowie
different, yeah.
up top, and then he's got a machete down on the right
On his
side.
on the left side.
Yeah, right or left side on the leg holster. But I think that most
Because
of these guys
Arnold
have a
ends up
similar-
with nothing.
Yeah.
Where's his?
Yeah, he
sidearm?
ditches all of his gear eventually.
Well, yeah, because it's
They only have so many
not
rounds
such
from
a
when they went
match,
in. Yeah.
And I'm
but
sure he's pretty much.
I've never seen him use a sidearm. Like he could, like close range. Here we go. This fucking scene where Bill Duke
He's so
goes a
torn
little
up about
crazy.
it. Yeah,
He
he
goes
is
a
going
little
crazy.
crazy.
Well, because he's talking about normal stuff, and he's like, "Yeah, it was nice," and then he kind of loses.
Oh yeah, no, he's talking about fucking killing 32 dudes. We just walked out of there.
Not a fucking scratch.
Yeah,
I got you. He'll come back again. When he does, I'm gonna cut your name right in.
then it just goes a little bit over the.
I'm gonna cut your name.
And look, he's got low ears. He's got real small, tiny, low ears.
He's got
that stick out.
elf ears.
like
a little
elf
slightly
ears,
elf
he does.
ears.
You know,
like if they're a little pointier, they would be like spot on for
Dobby.
like.
Dobby ears, man. Dobby ears.
Dobby has given Master has given Dobby a 9mm.
Yeah, see, here's the flares. And of course, we find out this
And it's a fucking pig.
warthog.
Oh yeah, yeah, the giant forest hog that he takes out with a knife.
Yeah, Mac, he jumps on top of him.
That's a little much.
Well, he's gonna cut his name into his chest.
Of course he is.
There he is. Sewing machine.
I think he definitely lost it a little bit.
Mac, where are you? Don't fuck with me, Mac! And then just fucking slash your dude going sewing machine on this fucking pig. Jesus, you got the motherfucker.
Did he? Well, I don't know. I mean, that's a big ass pig.
Yeah, and they're fucking ornery too. He's got to have been a badass to take that guy down.
They could kill you.
Fuck you, Poncho. Fuck you.
Oh shit!
I don't know where she thinks she's going. She's got no weapons.
I don't know why they even care at this point.
Right.
Why would you?
Fuck her. You know, I mean, they kind of want to know what's going on.
Oh yeah, see, she didn't do anything. She didn't take off. That's the point of that scene right there, where they're like, "Where is she?" She didn't fucking try to leave at all.
Oh, because they came back. This is when the Predator comes back and takes the body.
Oh yeah, that's because
Now
she
the
knows
body's
what it
gone.
is.
Take Blaine's body.
She knows the
what
legend.
it is.
She knows the
because
legend.
It's this whole thing, which
Chupacabra.
was to show the whole exactly that they've been doing it for a long time, and that's what I was talking about before with that.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
extended
she talks
universe,
about it, in the village.
because they send these young predators to basically become a man. They go into these areas that are like hot, or whatever, probably because they're more similar to their home planet, and then they put them through something. If they survive, they survive. They have trophies. Yeah.
Well, of course, we see the trophies in Predator 2 on the ship, where we see the alien skull for the very first time, and think Alien versus Predator.
Yeah.
Now, more recently, they put the Predator in the Mortal Kombat 10 video game. Bare bones we're reaching here, but they did put Predator in there. And of course,
How is it as a fighting character?
He's pretty cool. I mean, all the characters in that game are basically the same.
Right.
I mean, it's button mash.
Kind of Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, it's kind of Mortal Kombat.
Mortal
button
Kombat
mash.
is like Street Fighter. It's always been the same. It's like button mashing, and then everybody has their own little move, but it's all done the same way.
Right.
But you know, like, it's cool to be the Predator. You know, like when you're a kid, you think, "Oh, wouldn't it be cool if Predator was in this game?"
Yes.
It would be cool if you could be Freddy Krueger.
30 years later.
30 fucking years later, 20 years later, Mortal Kombat starts using characters that you always wanted to be, because we live in that world now.
Yes, we do.
We live in that world. But, you know, and if you were to play, like, Mortal Kombat 3, where they first introduced Cyrax, his finishing move was where he started to push buttons on his wrist and blew up, self-destructed. Not unlike, and, you know, they all have, those fucking robots had, like, dreadlocks, very much like the Predators.
Yeah. So maybe they were.
They were, you know, no doubt they were originally like Predators.
Mortal Kombat.
Yes. You know, it's back in the day when they're like, we can get away with this.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Alright, we're still too light on this team. 2 men are dead.
We're getting a little bit more exposition about what we know.
Its blood was on the leaves. Now she finally fesses up.
Yeah.
If it bleeds, we can kill it.
That's a good line.
Then I got the Claymore mines.
They're still trying to use modern technology to fight.
Well, and everything that they're putting up is on the ground. You know, they've got deadfalls. This is like a spring snare where they're building this big net. They're gonna try to catch him in this big net.
Right, because they did so well.
But they know. They know. This is basically a montage scene to show everybody's biceps and
everyone.
And
Look,
everything's-
she's even kind of.
yeah, you know, they're
Looks
all
a
trying to
little
show
buff.
how big their arms are. You know, here's Billy.
80s
he's
montage,
flexing.
but without the cheese. There's
Without
no
the
cheese in
cheese.
this scene.
Absolutely.
Of course, now that we're watching it without music, without just kind of sitting back and watching the movie,
Sure.
it does look a little like, oh, filler scene.
You really think this Boy Scout bullshit's gonna work?
Casey? Casey?
It's alright.
Yep, see, here we go. Another
He knows his name.
another bit of
That's true.
Cory,
Yeah,
every time.
Every time I think.
Every time.
That's okay though. I'm okay with it.
we know who you are.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
free to me, all right?
It's fine.
There's no change in it.
Maybe I should change my name.
I think Allie might have some thoughts on the situation. She's like, what?
She can call me whatever she wants.
What?
Yeah.
I don't get it.
What is this movie, Predator? I don't get it.
I don't get it.
Look at me popcorn.
I don't know how you couldn't, like, I mean, being practical. Like, this movie's a pretty straightforward
We are
movie.
shaving again.
It is. It's straightforward. There's no. You really don't need to.
There's no real
pay
twist.
attention.
There's no real twist. You can watch this movie from any point.
Not
and
a
get it.
complicated plot.
Yeah.
Like, you got a group of military dudes. They're sending on a mission. They complete the mission, and then there's an alien in there that they have no idea about. And you know what? Like, can we think of anything that's wrong with this movie? What's wrong with this movie?
Honestly, I don't think there is anything wrong
There's
with
no,
this movie.
like, plot holes.
Right, it's really well paced. It's done really well. It still holds up today.
Right.
That's
They don't tell us
kinda-
everything, but it's not the worst
It
thing in
doesn't
the world.
matter. No, like there are movies that don't tell you things, and then after, like, if you go back a second time, you're just like, well, this doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Yeah,
the
the
first
movie-
time you watched it,
The movie by itself is written in such a way that it makes perfect sense.
Why did they have the girl?
Because she was
in the
captured at the camp, and they think that she could give them some intel on what was going on at the camp, what happened to the people that
Why
were
didn't they
captured,
just
taken
kill
out.
her?
Because that's not the kind
Well,
of
this
shit
is
they're-
Okay.
wasn't she tied up? Yeah, they're not.
Oh, was she
horrible
tied up?
people.
No, she had an AK and she was trying to kill them.
That's
but
right. Yeah, yeah.
I think Dutch just fucking banged her in the melon with his rifle. and
He's
then
like,
they-
you're the only one. You're the only woman in this entire
Once
camp.
they saw
I'm
that she was a
confused.
woman, they had a
I
hard
would
time
imagine
killing
that
her.
would be
Okay.
kind of like a shock if all of a sudden this one chick comes out from the
Right, there's
cave.
not a couple
Who are
other
you?
chicks around.
Right,
there.
it's not some weird thing. It's just there's the one person.
Okay. So he's staring her down hard now. Yeah, there's really not. There's no plot holes in this movie, are there?
I don't have any problems with it. You know,
Like they
there's
don't give the motivation behind the Predator in any way, shape, or form.
and they don't have to.
They don't have to.
No,
they do
because-
not have to.
because
And that's
you
why
just
it's not.
assume-
There's no hole there.
Yeah, they just send the one predator to Earth, and then he does his thing, and then these guys just happen to stumble upon
Yeah,
him.
absolutely.
You know, and I think your original analysis was
You know,
spot
less is
on.
more, kind of.
Absolutely. I mean, you were spot on when it's straight up, you know, action, satire up front. Everything's action, action, action. Shoot 'em up. Now we've got traps set, and then we're
Sci-fi adventure,
we're,
adventure.
we're transitioning
Yeah, for
into the sci-fi adventure and the slasher portion of the movie, where you know where victims are picking off one at a time. You know, these things happen in sequence until you get down to the very, you know, get down the wire at the very end.
Right, we're not jumping around a
So
lot. There's
it-
no flashbacks. There's no flash forwards.
And it doesn't need it. What I don't get is all these grenades that they were carrying before they don't have anymore.
They have 4 or 5 grenades.
4 or 5 baseball
sitting
grenades,
on their
everybody
fucking
had.
pockets
I
and their
know
vests.
that Arnold still has some later because he ends up making those arrows with
Well,
them, right?
those are 40mm grenades that were for his underslung
Oh, is
launcher
that what
on
he's
the
doing?
rifle. Yeah,
Okay.
they're 40.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, the round grenades that everyone has, and he does use his grenade shells.
Yeah, he
For
uses the
those
40
arrows.
millimeters to make the explosive arrows, which is probably one
All
of
right, so
the
they captured the Predator.
Well,
Yeah,
Fuck
he's
Deadfall.
getting a
Poncho.
little cocky.
Poncho gets fucked by the deadfall.
The Ewok tactics. Yeah, he's getting a little too cocky.
Who the Predator's
Yeah,
getting cocky?
yeah, he's because all
got
they're doing
captured.
is setting the ground stuff. He sort of did, except it seemed like it was.
There he is.
purpose.
Now he's like peekaboo, nigga.
For the first time we see the Predator at an hour and 7 minutes. An hour and 7 minutes.
That's
so we're
not actually true.
the second time.
no.
This is the second time.
We saw him when he was triaging his own bullet wound.
Yeah, and then
Did he
was
already
fully
rip out the? Oh, you're fucking right. God, I missed it. I
That's
missed
fine.
that
So
time.
this is the second time.
Well, yeah, and
They
we only
see him
got,
for the first
we
time.
only
They
got,
see him.
like,
this is the
yeah.
first time they actually get to see him
They're like, oh, he's a weird alien thing.
out of
I think we should
camouflage.
run. And then yeah, Billy is just like, we're done.
I like this part where Mac is running off with the minigun, and he starts like slipping out of gear. You know, he starts getting his belts out, and he's got the minigun. We're not there yet, but I'm gonna have me some fun. I'm gonna have me some fun. When he's like flashing
He's
back.
already
like,
lost it.
Yeah, he's
completely.
gone, but he's like flashing back. Now his ribs are all fucked from getting
Probably
hit.
broke every single rib.
Okay, so the rule of deadfall is you want the deadfall to be 2 or 3 times at least as heavy as the thing you're trying to kill.
Mm-hmm.
So they have this
So
giant
200-pound guy, 150, 200-pound guy.
Yeah, he probably weighs maybe 200 pounds. So they probably had a 500 or 600-pound
Tree branch.
tree log.
Tree trunk.
Tree
Makes you
trunk
kinda
hoisted up.
wonder.
I mean, with leverage,
What, how
you
they
can
got it
make
up there?
Well, I mean, they're all like strong dudes, right? And so they probably could have gotten it up there. But that would take some time and effort and make a lot of noise. It doesn't seem worth it.
Like, the Predator's probably watching them do these
He
things.
was. You know he was. And that's why,
Well, that's why
I
he
think
didn't
that
get
he
hit by
walked
the
into
traps.
that trap on purpose. Because it's going to scare the shit out of them. They don't see what's in it. And then he
They
activates
got
the
him
trap.
with the net, though.
Well, yeah, I think it was on purpose. He walked up behind him, went up into the trap.
Because Arnold was walking through the netting.
Yes, trying not to get hit. And the Predator was
As bait.
right behind him following him.
Mm-hmm.
Right? But he gets up, activates the other trap, takes him out, and then shows them like, none of this worked.
Right.
And then takes off.
Good job, asshole.
So now he's got 2 of those guns. He's got
Kimbo.
Poncho's gun?
Yeah, he's got 2 of the MP5s akimbo, as it were, which is totally realistic because they got
They're pretty small.
they've got muzzle rise on them when you're rocking full auto, but
It seems a little bit pointless. Like he's losing it too. Like why not just take one and be precise?
what I would do is probably just sling one over. You know, put one over the shoulder, take the other one, extend the stock a little bit so you can get, some accuracy. This whole movie is based on spray and pray, and it kind of upsets me. Because these guys
the
are-
only issue about this movie.
If we were looking for holes or problems, the only technical problem I would see is that.
Yeah,
Because these are it's a highly trained group of Green Berets or whatever,
So you're
Delta
saying
Force.
not enough sniping.
It's not even about sniping. It's about just
Just
taking
aim your
good
gun.
aim.
Yeah.
Good mechanics with the weapons. Delta Force, they don't shoot from the hip. They might do point shooting, and that's fast, accurate shooting, like
On
without
the spot kind of
yeah,
thing.
like if you're going to engage something that was right in front of you, maybe you're not looking down the sights. These guys are like patrolling with rifles, and they're not even bothering to pull them all the way up into a full ready position.
Yeah, exactly. They're just kind of holding him.
They are. They're really just holding them right there at
that's the
waist
problem,
level.
like,
And it's in
they're
80s action
supposedly
movies, so
being
that's
accurate. That is,
Yeah.
I don't know.
what, a well-placed shot. If they hadn't expended all that ammunition in the last big firefight,
Yeah.
they probably would have nailed him.
Oh,
You know,
probably. Yeah.
The minigun is a suppression weapon. It's a weapon to make everybody shit their pants and get the fuck down.
Right.
Now, if you hit people while you're using it, good deal.
Yeah.
But it's not a precision weapon. You're just fucking mowing shit down. You're mowing the grass with
And that honestly, that's the only time that any of the guns look like they're actually being used is when he uses that.
Yeah.
I mean, because he's just holding it up and doing what it's supposed to do.
Yeah, and it's a spray and pray kind of gun. They can be accurate, but
He's got it sniped.
let's get the 3-dot laser.
That's interesting.
arm.
I never understood the 3-dot.
Washed his fucking brains out. That was a really gross scene. See, now he's got one of the MP5s slung over.
I wonder if that's just a continuity editing thing. Like he had that earlier and they went back.
Yeah, maybe.
Now the shit got real.
Vamonos!
Have we lost anybody yet?
Yeah, we just lost Mac. He just got his brains fucking blown out by the laser
The
cannon.
tri-laser. The
tri-laser cannon.
tri-laser sight.
Now we're starting to see now where Arnold told the girl to leave the rifle because she picked it up because one of the guys couldn't hold the rifle anymore and dropped it.
Yeah.
Was it Poncho? Poncho couldn't hold the rifle anymore.
Yeah, because he got hit by that.
So his fucking, I don't know if anybody's ever had their ribs broken, but it hurts like a motherfucker. You can't even breathe.
Yeah.
And he drops the rifle, and she goes to pick it up, and Arnold tells her to leave it. And she goes, why? And he says,
Okay.
Well, because earlier he grabbed Shane Black because he was holding a gun, and did not touch her at all.
Exactly.
Okay. All right.
So now
So
they're
that's coming back.
So now we get it, but now
He's
they're
starting
starting to pick it up that hey, because
There is a
she's not
method.
armed.
Well, and this
She's
is
not
all
gonna- she's
building
not gonna
toward
go
that
after her.
tribal, like, basic man hunting.
Don't waste your
something.
time.
It's well,
It's
not
not
even
a
so
threat.
much that it's not honorable, right, to
Right.
kill someone that's unarmed, and so he's starting to get a read on how this alien works. You know, he's all about the hunt, right? So
Absolutely. That's what this whole movie is. This movie's kind of a take on the most dangerous game.
right, and
Which is
that's
man.
the Predator. That's their
Philosophy.
entire philosophy. Yeah, it's going after, like, you're gonna go to these places, you're gonna fight these crazy things.
No, his finger is not on that trigger.
Oh, sure it is. His thumb is still holding it. That's realistic.
When it dropped, the finger came up.
I saw that. So okay.
All right, so Carl Weathers just got his arm shot off.
Except you can totally see it in his jacket.
He's like holds behind his back.
Totally
They got
is, too.
tied behind his back with the with the prosthetic there on his shoulder. All right, so we just lost.
At least he tried.
What the hell is Carl Weathers' character's name?
Carl Weathers.
No, it's Dylan.
So yeah,
Dylan.
but it's Carl Weathers.
Dylan, you son of a bitch.
Dylan, you son of a bitch.
I love this. This is so good.
All right, so Billy just tossed his gun into
That's
the
because it's
ravine.
like, look, these guns don't matter. But I think that
Dump the
everyone,
knife.
he realizes the most that this is all about.
This is an honor thing.
Yeah, it's an honor thing. It's like a spiritual hunt versus hunter, you know.
All right, and he cuts his chest, very
Which is
similar to like
very-
adding blood to sharks in the water.
Awkward. Yeah, and then battle cry.
And that's the last we see of Billy. I think they
Well,
just
kinda heroes.
scream.
That's the most
Scream later
disappointing part of this movie is that
You don't see him
he
to
is
kind
the
of maybe a
silent
one-on-one.
badass, right?
Yes.
And then he cuts himself to be like, I'm gonna go after this guy, and then doesn't even
Maybe show a little. Like this is similar to the scene in the movie Predators, where the Japanese dude has the samurai sword,
Yes.
and he has a close hand-to-hand
and
kind of
that's
battle.
bringing back. This is an honorable fight. We're gonna do this way,
Yeah.
and don't break the rules.
Right.
Like he realizes that, and then that's probably why he's Indian in this movie. Is it's like this
Tribesman against another tribesman.
exactly. and he understands the rules of engagement.
Right. So the Predator probably deactivates his shoulder cannon,
I would
pulls out the
assume
claws.
they don't show us, but I would imagine that that's what happens here.
And I think that was a missed opportunity for the making of this movie.
Poncho's down. Poncho they were carrying.
There we go, there.
Shot him in the head.
So
yeah, okay. He
that's
kicks
where
the gun out of her
he's
hand.
starting to understand this whole thing. Like, you know, he sees Billy go off.
Okay, here we go. Arnold takes a hit.
Yeah, in the gun blew up.
The gun. Okay, he shot the
Yeah,
gun.
he shot the gun and then the shrapnel was.
This
what
was
actually
okay.
hit him.
All
That's
right.
probably the Predator understands that he's the leader, so he's gonna
Save him for last.
He doesn't want to hurt him necessarily.
But I think
take out the gun.
I think the hand-to-hand fight that could have been in the movie with Billy was a very poorly missed opportunity. I think
Yeah.
if they had gone there, because I mean Billy took the time to, you know, very dramatically throw his rifle over
Right.
the
They
log
made a
bridge
big deal
to
out of it.
peel off his
he prepares
vest.
for it.
He pulls out his giant ass machete and he cuts himself on the chest.
And have his offspring.
And we hear him, you know, his battle cry, and we see the Predator vision come up over the top, and then we switch camera over to the group, and we hear him scream, and that's it. I mean, that could have been such a fucking. I mean, it would have led up greatly to the hand-to-hand stuff that happens with Arnold and the Predator, but they may have not done it so that it didn't take away from that.
That's probably why they didn't do it.
Just
Just
be like,
because
oh,
the rest
too
of
much
this movie is
Hand to hand.
primal hand to hand.
All right, now right here at a $1.17.
How many movies have
About 30 minutes left of the movie. This is what I saw when I first saw the movie. It was a half an hour movie.
Oh wow!
And I fucking love it.
I was
Now-
gonna say, it's a brilliant half an hour.
Well, and not only that, but you can watch this movie from any point in the movie and still get it.
Absolutely.
There's, I mean, yeah, you don't get the whole story. You don't
missed
get all the
first
stuff
couple
that happens.
kills, maybe
It
you
doesn't-
But you know what?
missed the
You-
insurgents.
It doesn't matter, and that's how well this movie's written. I think this is why, if I had a top 5 list, this would be number 1 on my top 5 list.
Absolutely.
All-time movie.
This is the
because
movie
it
I
was
like to watch
so
when I'm
well
feeling
written.
bad. This is my go-to feel-good movie.
Absolutely.
If I'm in a bad mood, I want to put on Predator. Because you know what? I'm never going to have a bad time. This movie's never going to change.
It can't disappoint you. It's that good.
You know, I don't get to a point and like, oh, this is where the plot hole is. I'll overlook it. No, it's all the way through. Good times.
It's a powerhouse movie, and
you know, thinking about
totally
it's actually 3/3. So you got the first third is the action, military, insurgent scene, and then the second third is the
it's like
cat and mouse.
Yeah. Kind of slasher
hunting, yes.
Where they're picking people off one at a time. These guys are getting snatched up, slashed, brains blown out.
Right.
The last third is your sci-fi adventure.
Sci-fi adventure. A little bit of sci-fi in the middle part, but this is the adventure. So you've got the kind of stalking horror.
Oh shit!
I love this.
This
whole thing with
great.
His face is the most oh shit moment in any movie ever. Like that, he knows that this thing is coming.
Now this brilliant fucking scene right here, where he comes out of the water,
drops a predator into the water, and now he's looking for a sidearm.
He doesn't have
and he's like, "Fuck! All my shit is gone. I have nothing left.
Nothing to do. I mean, he could run." Probably.
Well,
you're not going to outrun this guy.
Yeah.
Now the Predator,
he thinks
his
maybe
cloaking device is gone.
Which is a little weird. Like, why
it
did you
doesn't
know the
work?
cloaking device doesn't work in water?
It worked fine until he got out of the water.
Right.
Because he was cloaked the whole way.
But that's like when
he didn't run.
Your phone drops in the toilet or something.
Run,
you still see the screen. And you're like,
because you see where he's at. The Predator's standing on top of this ridge.
But no, who knows what Billy did to him?
Arnold is on the backside.
Missed opportunity.
Absolutely. So he's on the backside of this ridge, and now he's looking around, and he doesn't see him. And this is where Arnold goes, "Oh shit! This guy has fucking thermal vision."
Well, he
this
totally
guy
realizes what's going on here.
And we think that Arnold fucked up right here, and he's gonna get his shit blasted because there's a heat signature, and the fucking laser cannon comes out.
Shoots the rat. Which he misses. I
wonder why though. I mean, he probably thought
the rat
it was
sitting
thing. Yeah, it was sitting there. How do you miss that? So I guess that kind of adds to the whole theory that this is a young predator that is still kind of on his way.
He
hasn't made it. He's kind of cocky. He's taunting these people. He's waiting for their leader to be the last one.
He thinks he's invincible.
Yes, exactly. And I mean, that's the whole point of him coming here, right? Is to prove that he's a badass to join the ranks of whatever he's going for.
Right.
That's
oh, shit, fat cat.
Freaking out. They're fucking. They've been in a mood lately.
Arnold realizes that this is not about anything more than this warrior
is a trophy
guy.
kill.
Yeah,
these are trophy kills.
He's
These
just
are
gonna
sporting.
Which he does. He pulls the spine connected to the skull out of every single guy.
And this is a sport hunt. Arnold finally gets that.
Have any of you played the Aliens vs Predator game, the original?
On what?
I have not.
On PC.
On PC, no.
I've seen gameplay videos of it, and it looks good.
It is so awesome.
It looks like a
what kind of game is it?
It's a
FPS.
First-person shooter.
And you can either be the alien and do their story, or you can be the predator and do his story.
And you have their weapons.
Oh yeah, it's
thing.
insane. Like I played the single player a little bit here and there, and it's not anything to write home about. But the multiplayer, man, like you seriously, like it's this whole part of the movie. I mean, and I'm talking from a perspective of being like,
come on, Oreo,
like 16 when it came out or something.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I used to
20 years ago, or 10 years ago for you.
Longer than that.
But Arnold's watch.
Yeah. I mean, I just thought about that, seeing just this part. I used to play that. I had a friend that it was like when online gaming was barely a thing.
In its infancy.
Yes, and this game has this multiplayer function.
Here's another deadfall that Arnold's putting together. And that's got to be...
lifted it himself.
That's got to be 1,000 pound...
It looks like it's
a 1,000 pound chunk of log, no block and tackle.
Barely a twig.
Now this is legitimate.
That happened.
This trap setup is legitimate. The way he's got this going here, I don't see where the trigger is.
Oh, Billy.
Oh, poor Billy.
Okay, we do see Billy. This is the part where he pulls the spine out. pulls the spine and the skull right out of the body.
So I have seen on Craigslist these
Skulls and spines.
it's a skull and spine, and it's a display for like a chiropractor's office.
Really?
Yeah, and or it's like just the hips and the spine. And I want so badly to buy one
and
then recreate the Predator trophy, like have it hanging
up above your head.
Yeah, and I just soak it up with some good fake blood and just wing it around crazy.
You know what? I am looking into trying to get a Predator costume.
Seriously?
Yes.
That's some money, though.
It's huge money.
But you know what? It's money and then it's not because it's really hard. It'd probably be better off to kind of like. Sure, but like, how good is it? Like,
well,
it will never be this quality, even no matter how much money you spend.
That's not true, though.
It needs to be legit. You need to make it.
Comic-Con cosplayers that have
seen
super legit Predator
but they probably make it themselves.
Maybe they do.
But to buy a costume, it's still, even if no matter how much money you spend, it's still kind of not custom.
Well,
so you're still
you
wearing
probably
a costume.
Make your own. I mean,
absolutely.
It's like a rite of passage, somewhat like the Predators too. To become a Predator, you must make your suit.
Technically, on the technical aspect, I have problems with these
arrows?
These self-made weapons.
Yeah.
Like, why not just keep it in the shell?
Yes. Why not?
Well, considering that it's supposed to fly out
it's
and
high
explode.
explosive, and I'm not 100% on the function of the 40mm grenade because some of the explosive rounds that the military uses, they have to have a certain rotation, a certain number of rotations to arm and explode, or they don't go off. I don't think that the 40mm is like that. I could ask a friend of mine, and maybe I'll comment on that next week.
What's the stuff inside?
It's probably C4, like high explosive C4 or something
then,
like that.
Then him putting it in a banana leaf wouldn't do crap.
Well, and what they show in that scene right there, where he takes the banana leaf and he's got the 40mm grenade, and he takes the cap off of it, which to us looks like what people would call the bullet.
Right.
He takes the tip off of the shell, and then we see him with the empty 40mm shell, and he's like tapping the gunpowder into the banana leaf, and then he folds it up. Like, he's going to make this, like, I don't know, fucking banana leaf grenade, I guess.
Sure, makeshift bomb.
He uses
and he puts it with a bow and arrow. And what I don't get is, like, hey, let's take the 40mm grenade. Let's put it on the end of an arrow. If you're going to make something that's going to explode, and then make it so that when the arrow hits, like you've seen those things. The arrow sets off the round and then it explodes.
They do it in Skyfall.
That's the one. That's the one.
They do it in Skyfall
properly. Yeah. I mean, I'm sure that exists, but I don't. Yeah, I see your point. I don't.
The laser sharpening of the blades. By the way,
is he sharpening or heating them?
I guess
looks like he's heating them,
which is a little weird.
It is super weird.
Why would your
it doesn't come up? Why does he need to heat them? Because he doesn't use them.
Well, and especially because it would mess with his heat vision, right?
So
well, not only that, but if it's, based on metallurgy, you're fucking up the temper of the steel or whatever.
Why would you
you would be softening.
Okay, I guess we could assume that the metal that he's using is not native to Earth, therefore maybe it's something.
But we know that it's not native to Earth because in Predator 2, they find that little. The throwing dart,
they don't know what
they do like a mass spec analysis on it, and they're like, oh, we don't even know what this is.
Yeah,
it doesn't come up on anything.
This planet. So it maybe movie.
You guys are more informed about Predator 2 than I am.
No, I
like Predator 2, but not as much as this.
Oh, absolutely not.
Predator 2's good.
There are people who like Predator 2 more.
Who love Predator 2
more than those people would be fucking wrong.
I don't get it, but I suppose the argument is, well, I saw that first. This is what I knew, and then I saw the other one. I really like it. It's really good, but this is the movie for me, which is so weird.
Sneaking up behind.
That's so weird. Because Arnold realizes and understands that this is a down and dirty hand-to-hand thing. He did, so I guess there's that. But
it dried up.
He's trying to be sneaky. I love that. He's trying to be sneaky, but he's still not. He's still not the same. It's not the same.
Here, the Predator would hear this.
Of course he would. Well,
he looks.
but he still can't see him, so it doesn't matter.
Because the mud, it's masking his heat signature.
Yeah, because it's super cold.
It's super cold. The super cold mud that's been on his body.
That's been on his body.
Right, it's like
fucking 98 degrees.
I'm pretty sure that it dried out on his neck. But whatever.
So, I love now.
He's got 3 regular arrows and that.
Now he's got the high explosive arrow, and it looks like maybe the banana peel was something I don't see.
It's not on there.
Did he put the tip back on?
It looks like the tip from the round is on
maybe
there,
he just extended it to make sure it flies properly.
See, look, you can see it there.
Yeah, he must have done that. That's what it looks like. Although it obviously shot like crap. It's just
super heavy on the end.
It's straight down.
It doesn't exactly work like I'm sure he.
Well, and he doesn't have a perfect bow.
Well, and he didn't hit him.
I do like his bow that he's made.
Yeah,
I like the style of bow he's made. I like that they convey that it has an immense amount of power. Because when he first makes the bow and he gets it stretched out and he gets it strung finally, he shoots this arrow like through a fucking tree.
Right, yeah.
And it like literally goes through a tree.
Fucking
which is pretty fucking impressive.
200 pounds of pressure.
That's a big...
Okay, I've got...
Where do you get the string?
Well, you can make cordage. I don't know how fucking tough it could be, but... I have a compound bow, and I shoot pretty frequently. And mine's a 75-pound draw.
Yeah.
Which is that's a pretty fucking heavy bow for most people that are practicing or even hunting. 75 pounds is pretty heavy duty. And most people are used to shooting 25, 30 pounds max. 50, 60 pounds is a lot. 75 pounds is fucking huge.
I think the one I have is 50. 25 to 50.
Okay. I think yours is probably like 25 or 50.
I think
probably
maybe
more like 25.
Maybe 25. 50.
I've seen your bow. I think it's like 25. Mine's a compound bow, and it's like a heavy-duty hunting bow. That bow, yes, I can put an arrow through like a fence board.
Okay.
But it ain't going through a fucking
half an inch.
Yeah, it's not like going from in one side, sticking out the other side in a fucking tree. So
the tip of the arrow, maybe.
A little far fetched, maybe.
Definitely.
But I do like that they show him, making these survival items, the stuff that he's making from the landscape.
He's all super MacGyver right now.
Yeah, and he's gotten into this, living off the land type of thing, fighting the battle from.
It's all he's got now. He doesn't have a crew to back him up.
It's very basic human instincts. That's where this has gotten to.
And military instincts.
Well, it
military
is,
training.
but it still comes down to crude, rudimentary weaponry. Stuff that we had however long ago, whatever. That he's
1,000 years ago.
Okay, what has he got there? He's got a couple spears.
Now he's got a spear with his it's got his Bowie on it, and the other one has another what I suspect is a 40 millimeter.
Alright. They didn't show it.
Explosive tip on the front of it. Yeah, that one right there.
Now I know those are actually real, like spears with the like the shotgun shells in the end, that kind of thing.
Yeah, and the concept is realistic.
Yeah,
I don't have a problem with that concept.
Well, you're hitting the firing pin.
Basically. Yeah, if you're striking the primer and you're gonna set it off,
just like a hammer.
I suspect that's what he's doing here.
That's the idea. I also wanted to say that the Predator, being a young, stupid Predator, gets upset and recreates that scene earlier with the minigun by just wildly shooting into the forest, right? Just to try and kill one guy, because he's starting to realize that this might be too much for him. He's like, oh shit.
You saying these things makes me wish that there was another another Arnold Schwarzenegger Predator movie.
Oh, I know, it'd be great.
Like,
it's never gonna happen.
Like, instead of Predators being a bunch of guys and then someone that's been there for forever, how amazing would it be if, like, Arnold Schwarzenegger's character was the main character and the group of people were the ones that were already on the planet, and he's kind of got to fucking show them the way.
That would be pretty great. But like you said earlier, Predators should have been
Arnold instead of
Lawrence Fishburne.
Yeah, absolutely.
That would have made that movie so much more credible.
Absolutely.
I like that movie, But
maybe
I
when
think
Shane Black
Arnold-
makes this new Predator movie, it'll be with Arnold.
I would imagine if he does, he'd be like, "Hey man, what's up? You want to do this movie?"
Remember that one time when we made millions of dollars making a Predator movie?
Yeah, I
Well,
mean,
let's do it again, bro.
like I would imagine
Look it
that
up.
if not still being in touch, he at least could be in touch.
Right.
You know,
He could
like,
be.
He makes
Absolutely.
movies. He makes good movies.
Absolutely. And
I don't see
Arnold's
why
back
he
in the
wouldn't.
game.
Well, and Arnold's doing super hit and miss stuff. Just whatever he likes.
Yeah.
You know, so I could see that. He's also doing, I mean, the whole Escape Plan movie with Sylvester Stallone. Like, how is that not like a, hey man, people wanted us to do this thing, we should probably do this thing.
Yeah.
You know, it's like,
You didn't see Escape Plan?
that's terrible.
Arnold and Sylvester?
Awful.
Where they're stuck in prison?
They have to escape.
They have to escape. Escape Plan?
I haven't seen that.
You haven't seen Escape Plan?
I am a poor Arnold fan.
Don't
Whoa.
worry, don't worry about
Whoa.
it. That's not even.
I did see.
I would barely consider
I did
that.
see Sabotage finally,
That's a good one.
which
I
I thought
We
I
saw
thought
that
was
in theaters,
excellent.
didn't we?
Yeah.
I thought
We
that
did.
movie was excellent.
It got terrible reviews.
It did. I liked it a lot. You know who
People-
fucking
It's
hated
not-
it? Patrick
I don't know
hated it.
why.
See, and he purposefully didn't kill him right there.
Well,
He-
yeah, he still
he
he
has
still
three-
has the massive
yeah, he-
advantage, and he wants to
Look how
basically
much
stand and
bigger
say,
he is
"Okay,
than Arnold Schwarzenegger.
We're
He's
gonna do
he's a
this.
solid foot and a half taller than Arnold is,
which is why he's so
and he's
cocky.
probably got 100+ pounds on him.
Oh yeah, it's the suit.
Yeah, but I mean, okay, even maybe not muscle mass wise, but even the other guy. I mean, the real guy that wears the Predator suit,
He's
like
a big guy. Look,
he's a
look at
great
you can
big
see
fucker.
how big he is right there.
I love that in pretty much every movie that dude's done. Like without any words, can convey pretty much every emotion. With
Sheer presence.
yeah,
Sheer presence.
it's insane.
Well, we were
Like,
talking about that. Sorry, not to cut you off. We were talking about that presence, that actor's presence with No Country for Old Men.
Javier Bardem.
Right.
Bardem.
Just
We were
how-
talking about that
just
last
oh
week.
yeah.
Was it last week?
A couple weeks ago.
A couple of weeks ago.
He's even in other movies, like he does that. thing
Javier
where-
Bardem has like maybe 10 or 15 lines in the whole movie.
Yeah,
This is a 2-hour movie.
and he's scary as fuck.
And he scares the fucking piss out of it.
Yes.
He doesn't have to say anything. He just
No.
looks fucking scary.
He's got that face and just the way, and it's true. Like he's talking to the, well, okay, now we're on a whole other movie, but he's talking to the guy at the counter. You know,
He's like, it's time to close. We're closing right
Yeah,
now.
he's like-
what time do you close?
No,
He's
he's
like,
like,
I don't know.
like,
We
"Get
gotta
all
wait
right
till-
now."
it's like, oh my god.
He just makes you feel bad.
But yeah, like
you're
that's,
one ugly
that's
motherfucker.
what this guy does. He's got
Absolutely.
that presence,
Now we see this mask.
like just physical being of like, it's perfect.
No, that's a remote control mask. Yeah, he can't see anything right there with the Predator vision.
Well, and that's where this becomes like he's taking himself down to make this a quote unquote fair fight because he believes that this guy knows what's up.
Well, and he sees Dutch as his match.
Right.
He's like, okay, this guy has survived everything I've done so far. He's come at me now hand to hand with pretty primitive weaponry. Now his weapons are gone. He doesn't even have a blade.
Yeah, so let's
He's
make
used
it-
everything. Right down to brass tacks. Let's fucking do this mano a mano. Me and you, fucker. We're gonna go at this hand to hand.
Well, and this is also like it comes into like Predator. He said that samurai sword. It's that one-on-one, nobody do anything. Like two armies at our backs. This is the
as
only fight
equal
that
as
matters.
possible to
Yes.
prove
Yeah.
that I'm
To
better
prove
than
it.
you.
Yeah.
And that's what really shows that that's the whole point of the Predator being on the planet whatsoever, is to prove that he's better than the creatures he's hunting.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's
Trying
easy
to
to
find
kill
that
shit.
better game,
Well, yeah,
to
and
be
it's
better,
trying
to
to
better
find
yourself.
Yeah.
Adaptability.
Yeah. Because
Um,
he can't see shit.
And maybe you ask yourself if the Predator snapped a little bit at this
I
point.
think he has because in the end
Lost
he ends
it a
up being
little
a super poor loser.
He's like, well, you kicked my ass, but guess what?
Well, it's
I have a nuclear
it comes
fucking
back to
bomb.
like that Asian thing too. It's that Harikari at the end. He's like, fine,
Seppuku?
yeah,
Yeah,
I will
if-
take myself out. But then he's kind of like, but I'm also gonna blow you up.
Yeah, well, that's kind of maybe that's for the tech. Who knows?
And that is
Like-
true.
like-
It's-
like
he's
we
got
were-
a hide detect. He doesn't have a choice. They're not going to come pick him up because I'm sure they've been monitoring this.
Right.
You know, they are watching from space, and
Well,
they're like, "Well, he just kicked
Once
our
again,
ass,
the
so-
rite of passage, like, hey,
It
we're
is.
dumping you here.
Yeah.
You're not getting our help.
Well, he doesn't know where he's being dumped. He's just being dumped.
Right.
So he figures it out, and then he's good to go.
See, and Arnie fucks up right there. He looks down at the trigger for his tripwire for the deadfall.
Do it. Do it now.
Do it! Come on, please!
Come on, kill me!
I'm
Let me out, kill me!
And he sees it.
He
sees
like-
the spiky fucking shit there.
And he's
too
like,
bad.
Dan, I see your little tripwire.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to hop over this fucking thing right here, and
Yeah.
I'm going to beat your ass.
Right.
That is pretty sad because he's like, "Oh."
Right there he is.
Yeah, they're like, "Oh no."
But he's like,
Oh,
no. There was two.
That
There was
bully wants to beat
two.
your ass, and I'm going to let him. Kick the...
So
And there's an animated loop that they have there. Did you see that?
I did see it. It was...
The animated jungle vine that was holding the deadfall.
Fucking squished his ass.
And like he takes a breath.
Oh, and he fucking bench presses this like 800 or 900 pound log up off his
Right.
chest. Like,
That's okay. Arnold Schwarzenegger did it too earlier, but he fucking lifted it up there.
I mean, he had a little bit.
pulleys and stuff.
He had a
Pulleys
little
make
bit
a
of
difference.
mechanical advantage.
Yeah, exactly.
This
This Predator is
guy-
just straight up pushing it. Yeah, grab a rock.
See, this is the part where Arnold's like, he just should have smashed his face in.
Well, he should have, but the whole thing comes back. You know, like
It's
the
not
full circle.
honorable
It's
to
not
kick a man
honorable
when
to
he's
do it.
down.
He's down. He's obviously beaten. Why would you kill him?
Right.
You tell him, "Fuck you, go home.
Yeah.
Like, we're done here." And like he's
You lost.
obviously the superior fighter.
Which is worse, apparently. He'd rather
Oh,
just die.
yeah, he would rather have just died, but it's that whole thing, and I'm sure reasons for coming back to this planet that these creatures, these humans,
Humanoids.
are different.
Oh,
They're
from
not
the
the
predator
same.
to the humans.
Yeah, it's like, well, I mean that it's like, oh yeah, iPhone touchscreen right there, slide to unlock.
Put in your
He
passkey,
totally does.
set
too.
the timer.
Like, yeah,
Boop, boop.
Predators invented the iPhone.
And then Arnie goes, "Oh, that looks like a timer." Yeah, that
He
looks like
lets
a
it
timer.
get down real low,
Oh, I know,
too. Real fucking
This is
low.
what I mean about the Predator being a slightly like kind of
Like a
douchey,
bad loser?
because it's like he knows he's beaten.
Look, see,
Arnold
they showed the
doesn't
last
kill him.
screen.
I know, and then he just tries to blow him up anyways, which is a little dishonorable. But he's gonna die. Who cares? I guess.
There he goes. A big fucking nuclear fucking explosion. Electricity. You get the song boom sound wave.
I wonder. Yeah, I wonder what it actually was because it seems different.
Implosive. Maybe.
Something like
Maybe like a neutron. Like a
yeah,
neutron
self-contained.
bomb.
I mean, because it definitely
It goes
has to destroy
so
all
much
the Predator
comes
and
in.
its stuff.
Yeah, it has to incinerate all that
Nothing
shit.
left.
Yeah.
There, that guy right there is the Predator.
That's the guy that plays the Predator.
Yeah.
See, that is a piece of trivia that I didn't know.
I think that's pretty awesome.
That is fucking
And look,
awesome.
there's a mushroom cloud.
Which looks
nuclear
like
explosion.
shit on this TV. Like, it looks like
That's the
legit.
only thing.
on a bad resolution TV, it looks legit. And then you get it on a 4K and you're like, what the fuck? Was it some little kid draw that?
That's pretty funny.
And then the end of the movie, last shot, almost last shot.
Almost.
Arnold standing, leaning against the tree post
Because
in
he
the
is
fog.
now one with nature.
Yes, he's been through some shit. He has survived.
Yeah, and I'm sure that the government just snatched him up and now he's in some bunker. Never to
Absolutely
leave again.
declassified. Not
They-
Right.
And
They
then-
actually mention him in Predator 2. They mention him and the girl survive as the survivors of the attack
Of the
in
thing
South
that
America.
happened.
That whatever
because
happened.
don't they show some footage of South America as if another incident happened?
I don't remember, but I know that they were talking about
Like some
how hot it's
documentary
been.
TV.
It would
And
make
Gary
sense
Busey's
that it
talking
would.
about the science and how this happened before and all this stuff. So they are mentioned, not
Don't they
by
mention-
name, but they are mentioned as the two people from this movie.
I think I remember. Yeah.
Yeah.
And here we go in contrast to the first shot of Arnold where he was in the helicopter sitting, lying in a stogie.
And he was so
now,
relaxed, and now he's like,
He's completely
motherfucker.
defeated.
Yeah, and
He's like,
the
won,
helicopter
but,
is on its way out in the mountains.
Yeah, it's not a good win.
Yeah,
and we have come full circle.
And we're out.
And that was Predator.
Yeah,
and you can play that
Fade to
Buffalo
black.
Springfield song right there.
I think this is pretty old school credits right here with the
Shows
footage of each person.
And he's reading some Sergeant Rock comics. It's kind of like a half-assed gag reel shot of everybody.
It is too.
But then when they show Arnold, it's actually
So
a shot from the movie.
Which is interesting.
Not a cut.
They're all looking
Yeah,
at the
see,
camera.
she's like smiling.
Oh, what?
Right, they all give their wink and nod.
She, like,
But then Arnold is the freeze frame legit shot from the movie.
Yeah.
Not like, hey, we can get the movie
an
kind of
interesting
thing.
choice.
Oh, look, the chick gets third billing.
Yeah.
I mean, she lasts the longest.
That's probably why.
That's probably the shortest cast credit I have ever seen.
And Kevin Peter Hall is the
He gets his
Predator.
own.
I mean, even in Castaway,
Tom.
there were more character credits
UPS
in
Man
Castaway.
1, UPS Man 2, UPS Man
where
3.
99% of the dialogue that happens in Castaway happens
By himself. 2-hour movie.
in 2 hours by himself. He does most of the dialogue, and then there's like a little bit on either end.
That is interesting.
So
I think this was in a time where, because they only showed the main characters, they didn't even show the other guys, like the helicopter uncredited, helicopter pilot uncredited,
they
Russian
didn't
guy
even
or
say.
whatever.
Did they say the Predator was? I didn't see Predator.
Yeah, they did. They had him on there. It was they did the
guy's name.
main guys, and then it cut to black, and
Right
then
after that.
it was his for almost a whole frame.
Right.
So they got it.
So yeah, I mean everybody got credits, but I mean like the main character credits was like one whole screen length
Yeah,
of 6 people total,
that's pretty funny.
which you don't see a lot of that. And
That's what I'm thinking.
but I mean really the movie
credits
was
of its
that
time.
many people.
Yeah,
You know, you had maybe, what do you think, 20, 30 extras
that's
for
what,
the
that's what
for the
it is.
South American.
Insurgents. You had a couple guys on the beach too, right?
Yeah, there was some. There
were a lot of
military
more people.
villagers and a couple of military personnel early on. But I think really the main cast was the bulk of the film. And I think it was kind of cool that they gave him like a whole page.
I mean, less is more. And, you know, I'm looking at this creature effects crew here. You've got Howard Berger, Robert Kurtzman, and those two guys, along with Greg Nicotero, went on to create the K&B special effects crew. Kurtzman went off to do his own thing, and Berger and Nicotero pretty much stayed together and did their own special effects stuff. These are guys that you should aspire to be, Corey.
Absolutely.
As my own special effects man.
I look at guys like that, and I look at what people have done for various movies and what they had to work with, and I think, man, you know, it would be fucking really cool if we could get just a little bit closer to that. Every time we do something, we get a little bit closer and we do a little bit better. And that's what making movies is all about.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we watch movies. You know, watching movies is our film school.
Yes,
You know,
absolutely.
we're not gonna we're not gonna go to school. We're not gonna spend 5 or 8 years or whatever the fuck it takes to get through a film school. We're gonna have people teach us how to do these things, and we have YouTube and movies. And, you know, we make our own film school by being a part of the way things are done.
Being part of the zeitgeist.
If you will.
If you will.
If you will.
And with that, that's the end of the credits. Final thoughts, Casey.
Woo! I love that movie.
Like I said, number 1 of my top 5 lists. Number 1.
Number 1.
Not just because it has Arnie in it, but because of all the things we talked about, the primo writing, how there's no lacking, the story doesn't lack for anything. There are no giant holes. The technical issues that I find, which I'm pretty picky about, military, weapon-related, technical problems. I'm the first one I'm nitpicky about shit like that. I'm the first guy to see a fucking blank casing come out of a gun, and I can tell it's a blank casing because I can see it. Mm-hmm. When they slow-mo the casing out of the gun, like I see that. I don't have those problems with this movie, and 99% of the technical stuff that I would complain about in other movies doesn't happen in this movie. So I give it like I said, fucking, I give it an A+.
Absolutely. And for me, it is my go-to fucking feel-good movie. When I'm in a shitty mood, I feel Predator is the one to watch. And with that, I hope everyone enjoyed it. Hopefully next time, Casey, when we have you back for this commentary, it'll be the super long extended version of Watchmen.
I'm super down with that.
And with that, I'm Matt Bonta.
Cory Easley.
Casey Alden.
Enjoy.